Hello students. In this video I am going to discuss the chapter Working of Institutions. It is of our political science book class 9. In this chapter we are going to discuss office memorandum, Mandal Commission, the decision makers, opposition against the Mandal Commission, need for political institutions, why do we need a parliament, two houses of parliament, functions of parliament. The discussion begins with the office memorandum. It is a communication issued by an appropriate authority stating the policy or decision of the government. The government issues hundreds of orders every day on different matters. An office memorandum was the culmination of a long chain of events. Mandal Commission. The government of India had appointed the Socially and Educationally Backward Classes Commission in 1979. It was headed by B.P. Mandal, so it is popularly known as the Mandal Commission. It was asked to determine the criteria to identify the socially and educationally backward classes in India and recommend steps to be taken for their advancement. The Commission gave its report in 1980 and made many recommendations. One of these was 27% of government jobs to be reserved for the socially and economically backward classes. The benefit of job reservation extended from scheduled caste, scheduled tribes to a third category called socially and educationally backward classes. These reports and recommendations were discussed in the parliament. Many parties and parliamentarians kept demanding for the implementation of the demands. In 1989 Lok Sabha elections, the Janata Dal party promised that if they will get a chance to form the government, they would implement the demands. Janata Dal formed the government and its leader VP Singh became the prime minister and took different measures to implement the commission report. Finally, it was implemented through official memorandum OM number 36012/31/90. The decision makers. Decisions are made by the government. President of India is the head of states and all decisions are taken in his name. Prime Minister is the head of government and actually exercises government power. Decisions are taken in cabinet meetings. Parliament consists of two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Prime Minister must have majority in Lok Sabha. Now, opposition against the Mandal Commission report. Some people felt that reservation was against the principle of equality. Newspapers and magazines were full of different views and opinions related with this issue. It affected the thousands of job opportunities. Some persons and associations opposed this and filed the case in the courts. The Supreme Court of India bunched all these cases together. This case was known as the Indira Sahni and others versus Union of India case. 11 judges of the Supreme Court heard arguments from both sides. Need for political institutions. In India, the political institutions are arranging and carrying all the tasks of the country. In modern democracy, these arrangements are known as institutions. Working with institutions are not easy. It has lot of rules and regulations. Institutions involve meetings, committees, and routines. It often leads to delays and complications. Dealing with institutions can be frustrating. One might feel that it is much better to have one person take all decisions without any rules, procedures, and meetings. But that is not the spirit of democracy. Some of the delays and complications introduced by institutions are very useful. They provide an opportunity for a wider set of people to be consulted in any decision. Now, branches of the government: legislative, executive, and judiciary are the three branches of the government. Legislative: the Prime Minister and the Cabinet Ministers take all important policy decisions. Executive: the civil servants working together are responsible for taking steps to implement the minister's decisions. Judiciary: Supreme Court is an institution where disputes between citizens and the government are finally settled. In this way, we have separation of powers among organs or branches of the government. Now, why do we need a parliament? The parliament exercises political authority on behalf of the people in many ways. Parliament is the final authority for making law in any country. It can also change existing laws or abolish existing laws and make new ones in their place. Parliament exercises control over those who run the government. No decisions can be taken without the support of the parliament. Parliament also controls the money matters. Parliament is the highest forum of discussion and debate on public issues and national policy in any country. It can seek information about any matter. In all democracies, an assembly of elected representatives exercise supreme political authority on behalf of people. In India, such a national assembly is called parliament. The body of elected representatives at the state level is called legislature or legislative assembly. Two houses of parliament. Parliament plays a central role in democracies. The large countries divide the role and power of the parliament in two parts. They are called chambers or houses. One house is usually directly elected by the people and exercises the real power. The second house is elected indirectly and performs some special functions. They look at the interest of various states, regions, and federal units. Our parliament has two houses: lower house called Lok Sabha or House of People, and upper house called Rajya Sabha or Council of States. Lok Sabha. It is directly elected by the people and exercises the real power. The maximum strength of the House is 552, of which 530 members are elected from the states and 20 members can be elected from union territories. Two members can be nominated by the President from the Anglo-Indian community. The present membership of Lok Sabha is 545. Rajya Sabha. It is usually elected indirectly and performs some special functions. The most common work for the second house is to look after the interest of various states, regions, or federal units. It has not more than 250 members. 12 of Rajya Sabha members are nominated by the President from persons who have earned distinctions in the field of literature, art, science, services, etc. Rajya Sabha is a permanent body. One third of the members retire every 2 years. At present, 245 members are present in Rajya Sabha from different states and union territories. Thank you, students.